What's up, everybody? Joe White here. I know the lighting is terrible, but I'm going to go with it. I want to talk a little bit about the supply chain issue. Everybody's talking about the supply chain issue here in the country. I am a truck driver, so I'm a critical part of the supply chain. Truckers in general are, not just myself. Anything that you own, the phone that I'm holding here in my hand to film this, this shirt, these glasses, if you bought it, a truck brought it, as they like to say. 95% of the goods in this country have seen a truck at one time or another. So the big supply chain issue, everybody wants to talk about the supply chain. And everybody I keep seeing is blaming truck drivers. There's a study out saying that there's a 80,000 there's a how can I put this? The trucking industry is short of 80,000 jobs. That's how much it would take to bring us back, to catch everything up. That's not the case. There's been a quote-unquote driver shortage in this industry since I first broke into it back in 2011. You can never have enough truck drivers. That's just the way it is. More people are quitting the business because they don't want to be away from their families for weeks at a time. I'm home right now, but I just came off of a 5-week stint on the road. For 5 weeks straight, I've been on the road since September 14th. So here's the real issue. As I've been saying all along, okay, sorry. The issue here is the American public, not truck drivers. The American working public. I saw a study that NPR did that said 6% of Americans quit their jobs in August. Why are you quitting your jobs, America? I was at a Kroger distribution center just yesterday, delivering a load of cheese, shredded cheese, and the guy inside the warehouse had said the day before they ran out of room in the warehouse and had to leave the truck driver sitting. They ran out of room in the warehouse to put product. So the product's there. The problem is they can't hire enough people to load and unload trucks because nobody wants to work. Again, 6%. Actually, I think it was like 6.7% of the workforce quit. They didn't get fired. They quit their jobs. I feel like South Park. They quit the job. They quit the job. Go, if you've never seen it, just go look up South Park Took My Job, and there you go. They took the job. Anyway, so what's happening is we bring loads to a distribution center, or we're taking loads to and from distribution centers. Again, I explained this in another video, but I'm going to explain it to you now. Here's how a supply chain works, okay? I want to open a factory that makes ice cream. So therefore, I need to bring in sugar, eggs, cream, flavoring. So I order that, and that comes into where I work at, okay? So I need somebody to unload that, or pump it into tanks. Usually if it's a tanker driver, they pump it into the tanks that I have. And then I have workers make the ice cream. Okay? The workers then take that ice cream and either load it onto a truck directly from the dairy, or it goes to a warehouse, a cold storage warehouse, where it is then brought by a trucking company to a Walmart distribution center. Walmart then takes it off of that truck, puts it onto another truck, which then takes it to the stores to be sold. That's the way it works, and it's a circle. It goes over and over and over. Not to mention the farmers who grow the chickens to make the eggs and the cows and the milk and all the sugar and all that. So what's happening right now is that 6.7% of the workforce has decided to quit their jobs for no reason. No reason. You now have nobody at those distribution centers to take my ice cream and put it on a truck to get shipped off to a Walmart distribution center, which is going to sell it. Also, you don't have the workers in the stores that are willing to work in order to put the stuff on the shelves to sell it. And since Americans have quit their jobs for no reason, you now have nobody out there making money to buy my ice cream. So why now I'm making ice cream and continually pumping out this ice cream because I still have product that I'm not selling that is just sitting rotting somewhere, and around it goes. It's creating a blockage. It's not the port. You forget that crap that's going on in the ports, because that shit's coming from overseas. I'm talking about here in America. That Kroger distribution center that I was at ran out of room in their warehouse, so they're leaving shit sitting on the loading dock. Now, granted, it's still refrigerated. It's not going bad, unless it's like produce or something like that, but cheese does not go bad for a long time. Okay? So they're leaving it sitting, or they're leaving the trailers backed up to the docks, which is holding up truck drivers. Because if I'm sitting, waiting for them to make room in a warehouse, waiting for them to load trucks, which is going very slowly because they don't have enough people willing to do it. They don't have enough people willing to work to do it. It's not a matter of are they hiring. They are hiring. Everywhere's hiring. Every freaking place I've been to in the last 5 weeks. Everywhere. I'm talking from the big Texan steak ranch to the damn Denny's, to the McDonald's, to the Walmart. Everywhere I've been to. Now hiring. So they're leaving truck drivers stranded on these docks while they make room in the warehouse, where they get enough people to load a truck to chase the cat that lived in the house, that chased the rat that lived in the house that Jim built, as Jim Cornette would say. It's a vicious cycle, and what's going to end up happening, I know for a fact that I have dropped at least 3 loads at distribution centers where they have had other trailers sitting there with product that has been on there for a week at least. The Hershey's chocolate. I had to take a load from one Hershey's warehouse back over to Hershey, Pennsylvania, because they couldn't. They sent it back to the factory because they didn't have a place to store it. It was going to sit on their yard for a week. And these companies don't care. They'd rather pay for the fuel to just keep the product sitting on these trailers for weeks at a time. They want to hire more workers. They want to get it off of there, but it's a vicious cycle is what I'm getting at, folks. Bottom line is, Americans need to go back to work. McDonald's right now is hiring people $15, $16, $17 an hour. McDonald's. Here it is, like 2 years ago, before this whole thing started, people were wanting to make $15 an hour working at a McDonald's. Well, guess what, folks? Here's your chance. You just got to get up off your ass and go to work. Yes, they may cut your pay once everything levels out a little bit. But take advantage of it now. The economy needs it. Your country needs it. You need it. The free government money has stopped. They're not giving you unemployment anymore. Here in the state of Virginia, if you want unemployment, you have to show where you're filling out job applications. So it makes me wonder how all these people out here who are not working are making a living for their families and are surviving, for quite frankly. Because here's what's going to end up happening. I'll give you another example of this and how it's not a truck driver's fault. I take a load, at least for the last 2 weeks it's been like this. I'll take a load of chocolate to a Hershey's distribution center. And normally how it works is I do what is called a drop and hook. which means I go with a load, I drop the load on their yard, they have an empty trailer that I hook up to, and I take that empty trailer somewhere to pick up another load. Almost every single place I've been to in the last 3 weeks, if I'm not picking up another load at the same place that I'm dropping off at, they do not have empty trailers. Why? Because the trailers that are supposed to be empty are still having product that's been there for a week. So the shit that we are making is going to end up going bad because you people don't want to go back to work, and you don't want to go to work at a distribution center loading and unloading trucks, or you don't want to go to work at a store putting the stuff on the shelves for us to buy. So I encourage, whether you be a politician, whether you be a manager, whether you be the president himself, whoever, because they're all a bunch of idiots up in Washington. Don't matter whether you're Democrat, Republican, whatever, they're idiots, all of them. We need to encourage Americans to go back to work. It is time to go back to work. I think NPR, the NPR article, classified it as the Great Resignation. Well, you know what that's going to cause? You're going to starve. You're going to starve. How are you making money if you quit your job, folks? How are you making money if you've done 6% of Americans, those 6% that quit their jobs in August alone, how are you making money? It's time to get up off your asses and go back to work. Bottom line, I know I've been ranting and rambling here, but I've seen it firsthand. Truckers are not the issue. Product shortages are not the issue. The supply chain issue is real, and the supply chain issue, it boils down to the fact that, Americans right now, for whatever reason, don't want to go back to work. And you can blame the virus all you want to. Guess what, people? Vaccination, no vaccination, yes, the vaccine, you're less likely to die from it if you get the vaccine. It's just like the flu right now. Everybody's going to get it at one time or another. That's my thought on it. Do I wish it could stop right now and nobody ever got it again? Yes. But what are you afraid of? They're making you wear masks wherever you work at. All these Walmart distribution centers, I have to wear a mask to go into them. The Kroger distribution center that I was at in Salem, Virginia, I had to wear a mask to go in the shipping office. Everybody that I saw in that place is wearing a mask. So it's not an issue of masks versus no masks. It's not an issue of vaccine versus no vaccine. It's time to stop blaming this virus for the fact that you people just don't want to work. Remember, folks, if you see a truck on the road, that's your supply chain coming through. Let us over if we need to get over. Do not tailgate us. Give us plenty of room out there. If you can't see our mirrors, we can't see you. And remember, we'll see you down the road.